Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Ty. I wanted to basically do this video on me, um, opposed to all my other videos. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like in my first two videos that I didn't really say too much about myself. I just kind of went on and asked a few questions and things like that. So I want to let you guys know about me. Growing up, I always felt boy. Even when I was little, never really liked to wear, dresses and skirts and ribbons in my hair. Um, I was always forced to. Little girls should always wear this stuff. I hated it a lot, a lot. Believe me when I tell you. But in kindergarten, I kind of started to realize that I was different. I always related more more with the little boys in my class opposed to all the little girls in my class. I always kind of did what they did, or what my brother did and what my cousins did. All my life I kind of grew up around all boys, so it made me feel comfortable. I believe I had my first physical sexual encounter with a female when I was in kindergarten, and it lasted until I believe second grade. So I definitely at that time knew that I was different because I liked it. And they say little kids, oh, you don't know what you like and things like that. I liked it. So third, fourth grade, kids are cruel, they say, and I believe it. A few things were wrote about me in a girl's bathroom. She's gay and, whatever. So when that stuff, when people would go to the bathroom and they would see that, it'd be like, oh, she's gay. And it's like, oh, great. Like, really? I don't even know what gay is. I'm happy? Okay, then yes, I'm happy. But I was just smart ass when I was younger. But anyway, about that. If the lighting in here is really bad, I'm sorry. I don't know if you can see me now, but I'll try and stay back here. Anyway, where was I? Oh, so, it was really bad. Third and fourth grade was really bad for me. I would constantly, get beat up. I would get jumped, by girls and boys. I'd get chased home. Yeah, I'd get chased home, and it got so bad to the point where I didn't want to walk out the school doors because people would be waiting outside for me. So it was like bad because my teachers were driving me home, and people were walking me home. So finally I kind of moved to a new area, and it was like great. I could start over, push all that stuff to the back of my mind, make new friends. I moved around a lot. Moved to my new school, met a lot of new people. I loved it. I got more involved, going out instead of always staying inside. It was probably because I wasn't afraid to walk out my door without, getting jumped or chased somewhere. Moved back to the same area, and it was, people, remembered who I was. So it was back to the same stuff. I moved back to the one area, like my new area, and I was kind of there for a while, and then, I kind of, I didn't forget, but it kind of was pushed to the back of my mind to the point where, I didn't think about, me being different than everybody else. I still related to all the boys opposed to the girls. But I started realizing that, I had a crush on my counselor in grammar school, and it was like, wow, that's crazy. I never told her, no, but we always used to talk about, gender issues and things like that. Like, oh, what do you think you are? And I would tell her, oh, I think I'm gay. Like, I don't know. I look at girls differently. And she's like, well, how do you feel? Things like that. And we talk about stuff like that. graduated from elementary school, went to high school, and it wasn't until high school that I really started to, try and figure out what was going on with me and why in my mind I was still thinking that I was boy. So I got in touch with a counselor. I'm lying. Hold on. It wasn't until a friend of mine took her life. She was on a sports team with me. She took her life. My school was very big on, making memorials and things. So on our wall in our common area, there was like a sign, like remembrance. We wrote a message, and I wrote a message, and I guess it alarmed a lot of people. So counselor got in contact with me, and I kind of spoke to her almost once a week for a little while, or actually my entire high school career, actually, if you want to call it that. But spoke to her a lot, and so I spoke to her a lot, and she was the one that actually, I actually started coming out to. I told her, how I like girls. I told her my first experience with a girl, all the things that I've been through, all the nasty things that my cousins would say to me, how I would get beat up all the time and things like that. But and she would always tell me, well, how do you feel? And I was like, I feel like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and I feel like I shouldn't change myself because someone else doesn't like it, and that's what I kind of live by now. If you don't like anything about me, then you don't have to deal with me. Not to sound like, an a-hole or anything like that. I'm not sure if I can curse on YouTube, so I had to go back old school, grammar school with that. But yeah, it's like, not to sound like that or not to sound mean, but it's like, if you don't like anything I have to say, if you don't like what I do, how I live my life, then you don't have to be in it. And that's pretty much, at the end of the day, all I have is me. When I lay my head down on my pillow, all I have is me, and my supporters. So I think my junior year of high school was when, I finally came out to myself and said, wow, I'm transgender. And it was like it was, it felt great to actually say it. I felt great, but I always felt incomplete, and I still do. I've always felt like I didn't fit in anywhere, only because I never really related to most of the females in my classes, things like that. I related more to the males, but the males looked at me as a girl, so I just felt like I never fit in. I still do sometimes, but it's not as much anymore. It's just a small portion of the time. But and she would always say, my counselor would always say, are you sure you're not just lesbian? And I was like, no, because in my mind, I feel like I'm boy. In my mind, I feel like I should have been born a male. And that, my body is just my shell, and one day it'll peel off. And she was like, wow, that's deep. And I was like, well, that's how I feel. For so long, I put myself on the sidelines, and I've just been, watching my outside shell, play this game called life. And not one time have I ever felt like me, truly me from the inside to the out. And, my senior year, I started, talking about transgender and how, I want to transition and be a male. Well, up until, 3 or 4 years ago, I didn't know a female can do hormone therapy. So I started looking into it. I had my counselor help me look into it. Started college in '05. And it's just been research after research, things like that. I got into a relationship, so I kind of put, my life on hold for a little while. only because I didn't want to come out and say, oh hey, you know, I'm so and so and I'm transgender, kind of thinking I was gonna scare her away from me, you know. But I love her, she loves me, she supports me, I support her, and everything that, you know, we support each other in everything that we do, any decisions. Wow, this video is really long, I'm sorry. But basically, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much my life in a nutshell. But yeah, my uncle once told me when I was younger, and it's been something that I've lived by for quite some time. He always used to tell me, well, you know, don't speak about it. You know, don't just speak about it, be about it. And I've always lived by that motto, and I say it to you because it's true. You know, a lot of people talk a lot and they say what they're gonna do, but they don't actually do it. So basically, those of you out there, you know, FTM, transgender, you know, however you're living your life right now, you know, you live that motto. And you know, when I watch your videos, you know, it's like, it's inspiring to me, and it, you know, it makes me want to proceed, even though I'm frustrated and upset that I haven't started anything yet, and it's taken so long, and you know, I don't have too many people helping me, I don't have too much money. But when I watch your videos, it's kind of like, they got there, I can be there. So I'm not just gonna, you know, speak about it, I'm gonna actually be about it, and I'm gonna actually try, like, very, very hard, because in the end, I'm gonna be really happy, you know, when I finish. So yeah, I don't want to make this sound mushy or anything, so we're just gonna cut it out. The video is very long, so I don't know how YouTube's gonna like it, but I thought that, you know, if I was gonna post, you know, video blogs about, you know, my life and what's going on, because basically it's gonna be a very big part of my life, and I'm pretty much involving all you viewers, whoever watches my videos, and if you don't, it's fine too. But you know, this is basically just for documentation, reference, research, whatever, whoever sees it, so be it, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much my life in a nutshell. I will post another video about my updates, because this video is really long, and it's probably going to be another 6 minutes, and I don't want it to be like you're watching a full entire TV show about me just sitting here rambling about my life. So there's my life, or like a part of it, just so you have a better understanding about me if you're going to watch my videos. I probably should have posted this first, but I didn't, and I'm rambling again, so I'm going to cut it off right now. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching. That's pretty much it. So I guess stay tuned for my update, because it'll be coming right after this video. Alright, talk to you guys soon. Bye.